Hey everybody. Welcome back to some more live coding. Tonight, we're going to be talking about React Native. So last night, we spent some time looking at React, just regular React in the browser with an HTML file, and learned how it worked, learned how to build components and do all that. And today I wanted to look at React Native, which is React, except it lets you make native mobile apps. So this is our agenda for tonight. We're going to install it. We're going to figure out how to install it, how to get a basic project up and running, and then we're going to figure out how to package it as an APK for Android. So then we understand like the full workflow and tool chain and can actually say we can make an Android app. And then I want to actually take it a little further, and I have a couple little toy applications that I want to make, and one is going to be the Bitcoin price checker. I always like doing that one because it's always a good example of just hooking up a very simple button and text update. And then I want to look at doing a GPS bookmarker, so that we actually take advantage of something that the phone offers. And that'll basically just be a button that lets us save GPS locations. So let's get started. Where should we start? We're on the React Native page. I already found this. So I'll move the agenda over here, the browser over here. So let's just go ahead and look at the home page. Build native mobile apps using JavaScript and React. React Native lets you build mobile apps using only JavaScript. It uses the same design as React, letting you compose a rich mobile UI using declarative components. And here's an example. And so same thing, you just extend a component, but instead of HTML elements, it looks like they have their own set of components that you use on mobile. So it's not straight HTML like you're doing a Cordova app or something. It looks like you actually use native widgets. A React Native app is a real mobile app. The apps you are building with React Native aren't mobile web apps because React Native uses the same fundamental UI building blocks as regular iOS and Android apps. Instead of using Swift, Kotlin, or Java, you are just putting those building blocks together using JavaScript and React. Okay. So you will generally have to have some knowledge, well, not necessarily, but it would help if you knew what kind of native widgets there are so that you know what it's going to translate to. So here's a scrolling one. Okay, looks like there's a component called a scroll view and some called text. Okay, text is pretty straightforward. Don't waste time recompiling. React Native lets you build your app faster. Instead of recompiling, you can reload your app instantly with hot reloading. You can even run your code while retaining your application state. That is cool. Use native code when you need to. React Native combines smoothly with components written in Swift, Java, or Objective-C. It's simple to drop down to native code if you need to optimize a few aspects. It's also easy to build part of your app in React Native and part of your app using native code directly. Okay, we'll have to see how that works. So it looks they're importing a component from a native. Interesting. So you don't even have to make a React specific component. You can just implement. Okay, that's pretty neat. You can just create a normal widget in Java or whatever and just import it here. NullPixel says wave. Hey NullPixel, welcome back. We're just looking at React Native and going to try and build a simple app. We're just getting started. I don't know whether I should go with get started or learn the basics. It's not very clear what the difference is. I'm gonna go with the one on the left. This page will help you install and build your first React Native app. Okay, good. That's what I want. Expo is the easiest way to start building a new React Native app. It allows you to start a project without installing or configuring any tools to build native code. No Xcode or Android installation. That's fine. I've already got the Android SDK though, so I'd rather not download a third copy. Assuming you have Node 8 Plus installed, you can use npm to install Expo CLI. Alright, let's pop open. I'm going to go over and make a directory called React Native. Should we just jump right into the Bitcoin one? Yeah, why not? Let's just call it the Bitcoin checker. Let's go inside and we'll do... Well, we'll go ahead and install globally the Expo CLI. Okay, npm install -g Expo CLI. It might take a minute. I'm gonna grab a drink of water. Okay, so after we get that installed, looks like we need to run Expo init. And that's about it. Okay, this is going to take a minute. It looks like it's got quite a bit of dependency to download. After all, it is doing all this compiling with Android and iOS and everything. And I don't have a developer license for Apple. That's why I'm not testing this on the iOS. I'm only using Android, but this should work the same. The same code should compile for iOS. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna remove the React Native Bitcoin checker. And now I'm gonna do Expo init. Okay, it looks like it's starting up. Oh, it wants me to choose. Choose a template. Minimal tabs. Let's go with... Oh, there's more. Bare minimum. Let's go with tabs. NoPixel says, just so you know for later, Expo makes it so you have to eject the Expo app before you can drop down to writing the actual native code. So, is that specifically if you want to drop down to native code? Is that's an optional thing? Or is that something you have to do? This is an interesting interactive prompt here. The name of the app visible. Okay. Bitcoin price checker. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Enter. This really is an interesting interactive prompt. Use yarn? Yeah, we'll use yarn. That's fine. Man, JavaScript JavaScript tools love all their little eye candy on the CLI tools. I've never seen so many animated and like moving text as I do with NPM and JavaScript things. NullPixel says yes. That is, when you eject, that's optional. So I should be able to avoid that for now, but that's good to know. Alright, my project is ready. Yarn start. Alright. Okay. So what's going on here? Okay, so this is like a server monitor dashboard. This is the console. There's two run. Okay, so we got some launch options here. Run on Android device emulator. Publish? I wonder where that will publish it to. Production mode, tunnel, land local, and then that must be a QR code to the actual server. Now, exp://. Okay, let's go ahead and click run on Android. Couldn't find one? Okay, I'm gonna pop open Android Studio. And I'm gonna get my device running. Okay. Tip of the day for Android Studio is to quickly select the currently edited element in any view. Project. Oh, press Alt-Shift-1 to quickly select the currently edited. Sorry, that's a little confusing. I don't even understand. Okay, let's pop open our devices, and I've got a watch, a TV, and a phone. I'm gonna go with the phone. I'm gonna start the phone device. And then I'm just gonna minimize this. Okay, so now we've got our phone. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so now hopefully this will run ADB and find our device now. So NullPixel, how familiar are you with React Native? Is it something you use regularly? And another question for you. Have you heard of Flutter? Okay, so our app is running. It looks like it's not doing anything. The top of the screen looks... Oh. Ooh. Please enable permit drawing over other apps. Okay, so... already it's looking a little weird. Let's see, where's the log? Is there a log? I guess this is the log. Okay, let me try and close the app. I'll close all the apps. Okay, let's try it again. Run. Okay, I don't know if that's working properly or not. We do get this weird squished message at the top that only pops up. Click OK to open settings. Okay. So that sounds like it's a phone setting. So maybe it's something I need to set here. So let me check out the settings real quick. Where are the settings? There we go. Settings. Search settings. How about permit drawing? How about just drawing? Uh-oh. Okay, app permissions. Here it is, Expo. Permissions. I don't see one specifically for that. I'll try giving it everything. Here we go. This is all of it. Let's see if there is one specifically for drawing, other app capabilities, control vibrations, shortcut, use fingerprint hardware. This is interesting. Read phone status, record audio. Yeah, I don't see anything about drawing on the screen. So, yeah, I never used Flutter either. It's something I think I might try out soon. But from the people I've seen that have used it and who are familiar with React Native, they're calling it the React Native killer. They're saying that it's just better and faster, and it's going to be the way to go for cross-platform mobile. Okay, let's see. Running your React Native application. Install the Expo client. Yeah, we did that. Okay. On Android, use the Expo app to scan the QR code from your terminal. Yeah, okay. Modifying your app. We go into app.js and modify it. So, let's see. Look at that big. They actually made a giant console QR code. Okay, Expo Dev Tools is running at here. I think that's the page we were just on. Yeah, so that's the Expo Dev Tools. Okay. Yeah, it's still acting a little weird, but let's see. So I'm gonna try. What if I open it up on my phone? Actually, I don't think I have a QR. I don't think I have a QR scanner on my Android phone. There we go. All right. I'm gonna trust it. Yeah, it worked. Except my phone has no idea how to handle. Yeah, my phone has no idea how to handle an EXP. I guess I need Expo Tool app on my phone. Okay, so I'm going to not worry about that little error I got, and I'm just going to see what happens if I keep working on it. So at this point, I'm going to pop open WebStorm. Okay, so what do I need? Modifying your app, just go modify app.js. Now what? Expo has docs you can reference. NodePixel says you need to install the Expo app and scan. Yeah, that's what I figured. But I'm not going to do that on my other phone. I'm going to figure out how to get it working here on this emulator. Okay. So now I'll close this one. And WebStorm, are you finally open? Alright, let's open up our project. It's called React Native Bitcoin Checker. Okay, let's give it a minute to index. Okay. Okay, so what do we have here? Assets, fonts, and images. It's just some core stuff, probably. Okay, there's the splash image that was our background. It's okay, so just some placeholder stuff. Components has two components, a tab bar icon and a styled text. Okay. Constants. Okay, so it looks like it's got some CSS colors and stuff defined in the constants. navigation has an app navigator and a main tab navigator. Okay, and this looks like some navigation. It looks like it's using some kind of navigation class. Yeah, React navigation. Okay, so React provides some kind of navigation tool that's being imported there. Screens, home screen, link screen, and setting screen. So I'm guessing home screen is the one that we were looking at. Maybe not, because if it was, we probably would have saw all these text elements. Yeah, we got some kind of error. I might Google it in a second and see what I'm doing wrong there, or what I'm missing. So, like if we go back here, let's click on Run. Yeah, so it says, what? Please enable permit drawing over other apps. Please permit drawing over other apps, React Native. I bet this is a common one. Having the same question. Okay, once you detach, you gain full control over what permissions you're at. You will need to remove the system alert window permission. I believe this is only used in the standard Expo app to display progress while you load an updated version of your app. Okay, after reading release APK permissions, we were finally able to remove system alert window. Even though system alert window... Okay, so let's go back in the code and let's see, is there... Is there a permission defined in here somewhere? And if so, where? So I'm looking into package.json. We've got some scripts, start, Android, dependencies. Okay, nothing about... How about app.json? Here we go. So this is about our app name, version, platforms, icons, asset bundle. No permissions. No permissions. Let's see, let's look in here. Permissions? No? Now, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna Google React Native Android permissions. So where do I define these? Request permission? Okay, permissions Android. Let's see if any of these JSON files import permissions. Okay, let's do this. Right click and we can say find in path. And we can say permission. Okay, permissions interface. There's some in the yarn lock. I don't think those are it. There's some in package.json. No? Okay, how about permission system? No. Permission Android? Oh, there's some. Where's that coming from? Android manifest, which is coming from RN tester? Hold on. React Native node modules. Oh no, that's somewhere deep in the dependency. Okay. Hey Mythic, welcome. NoPixel says, why not just enable it in the app settings of your emulator? So I tried to do that. I tried to, but I couldn't find any setting for that. So if I go to app and notifications and I go to Expo, I can go to permissions and I gave it all of these permissions. When I go up here to all permissions, I see nothing about drawing on the screen, or so we got receive data, install shortcuts. Yeah, so there's nothing there that I see that I can turn on to do it. Now I can try advanced. Oh, there it is. Display over other apps. Okay. Thanks, NullPixel, for pushing me back to go look again. I think that'll do it. I might have to make a note about that. Actually, I think I'll be able to find it again. Okay. Now, let me try and close it. And see... I'm guessing that was it, at least, because it's... Oh, yeah, there we go. That's working much better. Now there's a progress bar down at the bottom. It says building JavaScript bundle, 90%. Oh yeah, that's way better. Development mode is enabled. Your app will be slower, but you can use the useful development tools. Get started by opening screens/homescreen.js. Change this text and your app will automatically be reloaded. This is a tab bar. You can edit it in navigation. Main tab navigator. Okay, so I'm guessing that's the three little links at the bottom. Those are our navigation. Oops. Come back. Come back, app. There we go. Okay. Cool. So now we're in a good spot. It's running. Let's see what we got. They said go into screens, home screen. And they also said navigation at main navigator. Okay, so they work together. There's the main tab navigator. And then the app navigator, which just imports the main tab navigator. And just exports this function. Or the return of that function. Okay, so when we import app navigator, now is the app navigator, yeah, so the app navigator is loaded right in the root of app.js. Okay, so what if, okay, I guess I did control/ and that's how it commented it out, so I'm gonna go with that. So if I turn off the navigator, is it reloading? Or did I just break it? Let's go to the logs. Off. No, does it say performance optimizations are off? So did I break it? Let me undo it. Okay, yeah, now it's working. And now it's broken. Okay, so is App Navigator more than just that navigation bar? Navigation main tab navigator. Interesting. So those must play together somehow. I'm not going to mess with it. I was just trying to see if I could just quickly delete that little element. And if I could just hack on it like that. But, okay. We'll leave that for now. Okay, so if we go into home screen, now it says we can start modifying all these things. Oh, I see. So there's 3 screens. Each one specifically corresponds to each one of these tabs. And then here, home stack navigation options, link stack navigation options, settings stack. Okay, and so it basically turns on. It basically turns on the different ones, right? So when you click on one, it turns it to blue to show that it's like the active tab. I'm guessing that's all these where it says focused. Okay. So let's try deleting one. Like, let's say we don't want the links one anymore. We can probably just not put it in that export there. And then boom. Okay, now we've got just 2 items. So let's say we wanted to add a 4th one. Extra settings stack. We'll call it like that. and I'll have to make another one. So let's duplicate it, and we'll call it extra settings stack. Okay, that's going to create a stack navigator with the settings of settings screen. Okay, we'll have to make a new screen. We'll call it price check screen. Since we are trying to make this Bitcoin checker, we'll kind of work towards that. We'll probably delete the screens we don't need, but that tab thing might be useful, so we'll leave that there for now. Okay, so we don't have one. I wonder if I do Alt-Enter. No, it asks me. Well, let's see how they're doing it. So they did up here, they did settings screen. Okay, and they're doing that by saying import from screens, so we need to do the same thing. We'll say import price check screen from /screen/ price check screen. And that doesn't exist yet, so if we do Alt-Enter, yeah, it'll ask us create file. Yeah, let's go ahead and create the file. Okay, so let's just copy the contents of theirs and see. So now we've got a new screen, but the thing we want it to be called price check screen. That's the class that we're going to export. It's a component. Okay, navigation options, title app.json. Okay, if I open app.json, not sure how that's related there actually, but that's okay. Render, go ahead and delete Expo config view and replace it with your content. We just wanted to give you a quick view of your config. Okay, so what if we just said, okay, I want to replace that with something else. Oh wait, I'm not in, I want to do that in my new price check screen. So, hold on, let me go to the main screen, the home screen, and pull out, yeah, like a text element. So I wonder on this price check screen if instead of doing that I can do return just text like that. We'll call it price check screen content . Okay, so NoPixel asks, sorry for the off-topic question, but how do you decide when to use an IDE like WebStorm versus VS Code? Well, I would pretty much always opt for the IDE if I'm working on any project or doing anything of like a semi-serious nature. The only time I would use Visual Studio Code is if I need like a quick editor, or I'm just doing text editing, or I'm working on like a very, very small project where I just need to like run one file, like run a shell script. But if I need like the ecosystem and I need the terminal end to run and I got all the other stuff, it's just way more featured having the whole IDE. And they have so many nice little features. But anyway, let's see. So now we've created... Okay. We've created a new screen. Awesome. I see. So... Now... This one actually says literally... Oh. Okay, so that is quite literally what it is. It's basically outputting the contents of our app.json on this page. So that's just helpful, but in here we'll say Bitcoin price. That's going to be the title of our new tab. Okay, so now we see that up at the top. It says Bitcoin price, and here it says there's our content. Okay. Now, yeah, it doesn't like me having the blank line there. So I wonder if I can do like I did the other night with you, just these blank tags. And it looks like it. So now we have some cleaner output. Okay, and I guess we can put whatever we want here. So I'm guessing they have one called button. I'm just gonna try. We'll just see. Is there a button? No, can't find reference to button. Oh wait, maybe I need to do Alt-Enter import? I bet I do. I bet I need to import button. There we go. No. I violated. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, React Native. I didn't mean to violate you. Invariant violation. Invariant violation. The title prop of a button must be a string. Okay, title equals... Uh-oh. No, title equals check price. Check price. Exclamation point. Okay, so what gets displayed? Is it the title or the text that's in the middle? It is the title. Okay, so this doesn't do anything. And a button is probably a single element. It probably doesn't even need a closing element. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now I get a warning too. It says, warning, failed property type. The property onPress is marked as required, but it's undefined. Okay, so we'll give it an onPress, and we want to give it a function, so we'll give it a function called this.checkPrice. No parentheses, because we just want a reference to it. So I'll do Alt-Enter, create method checkPrice, and what we'll do is, maybe we'll just try a console.log. Okay, we got to figure out how to pull a reference to the button and or the text and update the text. Okay, so we're getting the console log. Very good. That's all pretty straightforward so far. So how do we get a reference to the text here? Let's go back to... Okay, where were we? Let's start cleaning things up. So we can get rid of... I mean, I guess we can get rid of the link screen, because we don't need that. We can get rid of the settings screen. Yeah, there's really nothing to see there. We're going to have to go back to our main tab navigator, take out the references to that. Yeah, so we don't need link stack or settings stack. And the one that I called extra settings, I'm going to call that price check stack. And here we'll call that price no, wait a second. Is that right? Okay, almost done. We gotta take out the reference to link stack here. And that one we don't need a reference to anymore either. Okay. Okay, now I need to change the taskbar label is gonna be Bitcoin. Tony Duong says, hello. Welcome, Tony. Good evening. We're just working on a basic React Native app. And so I wonder how we set that icon. Which parameter sets that icon? Oh, here it is. That's the name. Okay, let's look up React Native button icon names. Let's see. Is there like a quick, decent one we can use? Yeah, how about anything but the settings one? I just want to change it to anything. G translate? Let's try G translate. I don't care. I just want to. And no, I'm not really supporting iOS right now, so I don't care about doing that. No, I guess. Oh, if I'm doing a string, I don't think I want the braces also. Invalid property name? Okay, let me go back to what we had here. Yeah, so they're just passing a string, but the string is going inside there. So let's see, is there another icon I can use? Heartbeat? I don't know. I'm just gonna try one more real quick. Yeah, invalid property name of value heartbeat supplied to icon. Oh, okay. Good. Okay, here we go. Expected one of these, and it gives me the entire list. Honestly, that is probably the most helpful thing it could do. Even though it's super verbose, I'm not upset. Let's just pick one out of there. Oh, there was one called Nuclear. MD Nuclear. Let's try that one. I guess this stands for Material Design. Because they were saying here in the thing, it said they have a whole set of icon sets. So there's material, font. Oh, Font Awesome has good icons. Okay, yeah. So there's a whole bunch of free icon sets that they have available. There we go. Yeah. So now we have the nuclear icon down here. Okay, so we'll say check price. Check price and the button event is hooked up, but we still need to update the element. So let's go back to the, I guess it's the tutorial we were looking at, the official documentation. Okay, so yeah, we're well past this stuff now, so we want to... Okay, getting started. We did this, npm start, running your React Native application. We already did that. Now what? Expo also has docs you can reference. Oh yeah, we looked there. Okay, learn the basics. Here we go. Hello world. Actually, you know what? So this was good. This was good to learn and toy around with, but I don't really need the tabs navigation for this app, so I'm gonna try. I want to do this Hello World, and I want to get a real minimal app and understand how to just make like a one file app, if I can even do that. Tony Dong says, is this a Bitcoin wallet you're trying to build? And no. All I'm doing is pulling the Bitcoin price from a public API just to check what the conversion rate is to dollars at any given time. So it's not a wallet, it's not a transaction system or anything, it's purely just to hook up a button click and make an HTTP request, and it's more about just learning React Native and making sure that we understand how it works. So, okay, I'm gonna get out of this. I'm gonna make one called React Native Hello World. Actually, I guess what I want to do is Expo init, history grep Expo. Yeah, I'll do Expo init, React Native Hello World, and I'm gonna tell it to build a minimal app this time. So, do I want blank or bare minimum? I'll go with... Okay, so they've got managed workflow and bare workflow. I'm gonna try bare minimum first, and then I'm going to try this app, hello from React Native. Okay, I'm gonna try the bare minimum, and then I'm gonna compare it to the one that has the managed build, but still minimal. So, how minimal is the difference between the two, and which one do I want? I'm thinking I want the one that has the managed workflow, but we'll see. So it's fetching everything it needs here. In accordance with the ancient traditions of our people, we must first build an app that does nothing except say hello world. Here it is. Okay. Then you can run the project. Okay, so it says yarn Android. So, building and installing the app on the device. Okay, I wonder if this one is going to run... I wonder if this one will run that little debug tool again. Okay, it's still compiling. Build failed, could not install. Let's see, what does it say? What went wrong? The project occurred. Configuring project app. SDK location not found. Define location path with sdk.dir in local properties or with the Android home environment variable. Okay, that's fine. So let's check out... Wait, where did they say app.json? No, that wasn't it. Hold on. They said configure it in local.properties. Oh, I don't see one. Okay, so then what I'll just do is say export Android home equals... Now... I'm guessing just right there would be okay. So let me try it again. Now that I've set that, yarn Android, and that just calls React Native run Android. Excuse me, I'm gonna take a drink of water. I think it's working a lot better now because it wasn't doing all this before. And you see what I mean? There's always like so much animation and text and stuff going on with JavaScript console apps. Okay, so now it says loading. Okay, done. Could not connect to the development server. Dismiss. It says build successful. Oh, ADB not found. Okay. So Android home slash... Let's see. It's in platform tools. Now where is ADB? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so this is... I'm just going to take this, I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to put that, I'm going to append that to my path. Okay. Restart Z shell. Go back, let's see. Okay, where was I? React Native Hello World. Okay, yarn Android, is that what it was? Hopefully now it can find ADB and it'll run okay. There we go. That's much better. Welcome to React Native. To get started, edit app.js, double tap R on your keyboard to reload. Shake or press menu button for dev menu. Menu button? Is that this one? No. Okay. Okay, that's fine with me. Alright, okay, let's see here. Yeah, like, this is a case where I actually do just want... I just want VS Code. I don't want to have to, like, configure a whole project. I just want to see what's in this directory. Okay, so they said, yeah, edit app.js. Okay, so they created an Android project with all of, oh wow, interesting. So I wonder if I can delete that folder. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to delete this Android and iOS thing. I'm gonna go into package.json. No, I want, where does it say it supports iOS? App.json? App.js? Nowhere. Okay, now I want to try this again because React Native Android first. Okay, let me try that. React Native Android. I guess... where's the node modules? Node modules, React Native, and what does it say? Android. So, yeah, I was curious because it actually had the Java code and everything in it. So, does that get rebuilt every time? And does it... And can I wipe it out and rebuild it? That's what I was curious about. So... They suggested try Android, but that didn't work. React Native... Start? Let's see. I'm just curious if it'll... Because I want to understand that tie a little better between the Java code that it created. Because obviously we're not going to modify or edit any of the Java. So it must have to reload it. It must have to rebuild it. Well, it's still running, even without that. Okay, so I want to see how we package it as an APK. Okay, React Native package APK. So yeah, if we go back to the agenda, let's see. So we figured out how to install it and basically do a couple simple examples to get them running. And we figured out how to test it and run it on the emulator, but now I want to figure out how to package it as an Android APK. Now, let's see, do I use Expo for that? Okay. So one thing I did notice is that when we chose the bare minimum without the build workflow, it did not start that development server, that helpful debug server. So I'm going to try another one now with the bare minimum with the managed workflow. So I'm going to say React Native Hello World again, but this time I'm going to choose not the bare minimum, but the blank with the managed workflow. And this is going to be called, we'll try calling this one Bitcoin Checker. Okay. Invalid slug. Oh, it already exists. React, hold on. React Native Bitcoin. Price checker. We'll just make it longer. Oh, yes. Yes, this interactive prompt I don't really like because it's not very clear that it's even waiting for you to do something. It doesn't have like the blinking console. Excuse me 1 second. So this is interesting. It's... Oh, there it is. It must have just been loading. Okay, tunnel ready. Successfully ran ADB reverse. Localhost URLs should work on the connected Android device. Okay, so let's click run on Android device. Oh, I went into the wrong... What? Do I still have the other one open? Hold on, let me close all these just to make sure. Just to make sure I'm not still having one running. And I'm going to close all these apps. Okay, close all these apps. Okay, let's close that too. Okay, so let's just go into our new React Native Hello World. Oh no! That's not the one we just created, is it? We created one... I guess we did name it that, but we actually named the app itself the Bitcoin Checker. Okay, so we'll do yarn start. Yeah, this one says Expo start instead. Last time it was using React Native run, but now it's using Expo, and Expo does all this cool debug stuff with the QR code and the web interface. Okay, building JavaScript bundle. Honestly, the whole Expo workflow is really nice. I'm not complaining about it at all. I think I would definitely prefer this route over the other one. Okay, boom. It's good. Awesome. And that must be the logcat messages. Okay, so this is good, that's good. Now... Let's try the code again real quick. So in particular, there's only one JS file. Okay, so this one made an Android directory, and all it has is the project XML. I mean, that's all it's got in there. Assets just has a couple PNGs. Okay, very simple, very clean. Node modules, we know what that is. The Watchman config, don't need that. App.json. Okay, yeah, here I'm going to get rid of iOS, because I don't want that. Okay, version, icon. Okay, there's the two icons. Okay. And iOS, I guess we can just omit that one. Okay, so nice and clean there. Babel config, we can leave that alone. Package.json. It's got a couple scripts. It's got a start, an Android, an iOS, and I guess we can even drop the iOS one Only a couple dependencies, Expo, React, and React Native. And Babel. Okay, so all pretty simple, nothing too special. And then we have app.js. This is where it's all coming together. Okay, and so this is our main app. And we've got some styles here. Okay. Background color. Why don't we try a dark background color? And is it like CSS where color, it's just color for the text? It might be font color or something. I'm not sure if it's more like CSS or not. Yeah, see, now that text isn't showing up. But font color? Now what if we did text color? No. Okay, let's just put it back to white, that's fine. I just wanted to play with it a little bit. Okay, so we've got our view. I guess that's the main view. And then we've just got some text, and maybe we've even got a button. And the text is going to be, or what was it, label? Or title. Button title equals check price. And on click is going to be this dot... Now wait a second. Yeah, it's in the app class, so we'll say this dot check price. And close button. Wait. Is it missing something? Oh yeah, it's gonna say couldn't find check price. And so for example, right now this is not showing me that check price isn't available, but WebStorm would show me that. So if I create one called check price, then we can do something like that. Can't. Oh, I have to import button. And again, WebStorm would show me that. And I want to import button. You said it's on press, not on click. Oh yeah, you're right. The prop on press is marked as required, but... And I guess that makes sense because it's most likely going to be a touch event, so on press. Okay, so we can see over here, when I click the button, it's working. Okay, awesome. So we'll say price, Bitcoin price, and then here we'll just say NA at first, but we want something like an ID equals price text. And then on click, can we do something like... Okay, so let's go back. Oh, Expo, that's fine. We'll say React, update, text element. We'll say React Native. I guess it's all React, so it's just like we did before, where the text is actually going to be this dot state dot price, current price, and then so we'll have a constructor that takes props, and we call super props, and then we can say this dot state equals, and then we can set, actually we don't want that in print or quotes, and so current price will just say NA at the start, and then we can maybe say this dot state dot current price equals 99999. Okay. Will that work? Click. Wait. I think I need to rerun. Yarn start. Okay. Let me run. Hold on. Maybe it's running the wrong one. Let me close. Pull open the debug again and say run. There we go. It should say NA. There we go. Now, if we hit check price, is it going to update the price? Close. It looks like I had a... Oh, maybe I need to put it in quotes. Yeah, and actually I was thinking about that earlier. No pixel saying use set state. And I was a little confused because in some cases it was using set state. And in some cases I was able to modify it directly. And I think that's only in the constructor. It seems like it's only in the constructor where you can set it. Okay, so I don't need the quotes there. Okay, so now if we click it, will it pop open? Close this.setState. Hold on a second. Why is this.setState? React Native this set state. Am I calling it wrong? Oh. I guess you actually have to pass it a function? I don't remember that. I guess it's more like that, right? Hold on. Yeah, so that even suggests it. And it's a method. And then, yeah, it says give me a callback. Okay, no pixel saying you might need to do this in your constructor. This check price equals this check price bind. Okay, yeah. Let me, so they do have, I know in their tutorial, if I go a little bit further, there's one that says buttons, handling touches. Button on press, you give it the function. Okay, button basics. There's the function. Oh well, I've got the button press. It will allow you to get state from functions. Register components. Well, let's see. So, where was I over here in the state? Okay, so they're setting a state here. They're doing it differently than I've really seen. They're doing it like this. Yeah, okay. Hold on, let me just try Google. I bet this is a common problem people have. React Native, this, yeah, this set state is not defined. the callback is made in a different context. You need to bind to this in order to have access inside a callback. Yeah, no pixel, looks like you were right. So, let me try what you said. You were saying you have to do, so we're binding this function equals this dot check price dot bind this. That does seem a little weird. I'll have to get used to that. Okay. Okay, so that's working. Now let me try adding this back where we say current price 99999. So now when I click the button, we get the update. That's awesome. Very cool. Thanks for the tip, NullPixel. That surely did it. Okay, so we're getting very, very close. The last thing we really need to do to make this work is actually fetch the price and put it there, and then maybe style it a little bit. Okay, so actually before I do that, I'm still curious on how to package this as an APK. Okay, well how about publish? Will that... Oh. Interesting. So if you publish it like this, I guess people will need the Expo app to run it. So that's not what I wanted, but that's cool to know. I was more interested in building the APK. So let's see, React Native build APK. Let's see. I guess, what was it? It's, no, I don't need Yarn help, I need React Native help. So what is, there's probably just a command called build. Build for Android. React Native, we should probably have commands React, build Android. Okay, let me just try the React Native. So it was node modules.bin React Native help. And let's see what we've got here. So there is start, run iOS, run Android, bundle, eject link, dependencies info. Interesting. So I wonder if... Okay, Android, and it's empty. You may need to manually create the bundle. Oh, NullPixel says, with Expo, I believe you can just do Expo bundle, Expo build. Oh, there we go, yeah, so... Okay. Expo is the one that has all the magic. There we go. Build Android, build iOS, bundle assets, eject, export, fetch iOS search, fetch Android key store, fetch Android upload cert, install Android. Okay. Okay, let's try it. So we'll just do Expo build Android. Do I have to use? Okay. I don't really want to sign up just to build. Do I have to do that? React Native build APK. Let's see. Android requires that all apps be digitally signed, right? Before they can go on the store. You only have to sign them if they're going on the store. Generating a signing key, no, that's fine. Let's check out the guides. Any of the guides about this? Oops. Okay, guides, guides, Android, native modules, generating signed APKs. Well, alright. Alright. Let me make another account on another thing. Just to build something that I should be able to build locally. Let me try this. Sorry, I'm gonna generate a password real quick. Expo for React Native. Okay. I don't know if you guys use password managers, but you should. KeyPass is a good one. Okay. Your project must have Android package set in app.json. Is that like the only reason it wasn't working before? SDK version, is that what it needs? Oh, well, let me just try. So what is it? Expo build Android. Your project must have an Android package set. Okay, so let's go to app.json SDK version package. You must have an Android package set. Okay, well, Android package, got it. That's how you set it. I guess it goes right there. .react Bitcoin checker. How about that? Will you work now? Would you like to upload a key store or have us generate one for you? I will let you. I don't need to sign it with anything particular. Uh-oh. Alright, let's see what happens. There was an... oh! Error building iOS bundle. Well, I asked you to build Android, not iOS. System limit for number of file watchers reached. Oh. I think, yeah, I have to update my iNotify nodes. Interesting. So I thought I disabled iOS, but maybe not. Maybe there's somewhere else that I have to turn it off. Let me just try it again. Are there enough now? Yeah, let's let you handle it again. Yeah, why is it building the iOS bundle? So let's do Expo again. Okay, so up at the top it says, yeah, build Android. Build a standalone APK signed and ready for submission on the Google Play Store. Interesting. Now, why is it trying to build the... Okay, I'm gonna Google that. Yeah, increasing your iNotify watchers. Oh, that doesn't look like the safest thing to run. I'm wondering if there's a limit like that because I'm in the virtual machine, and there's a good reason for it. But what I think I'll do actually is exit out of all my other... I'm gonna exit out of all this other stuff because... do you want to save state? Yes. All of these other apps are probably watching a bunch of files. So this legitimately might free up a bunch of those iNotify nodes. Let's see. Go ahead and handle it. Okay, I feel like it's run for a few seconds longer than it did before. Actually, it's not... It hasn't even said the message, like... Building iOS bundle. There we go. There it is. Awesome. It's actually getting further now. I bet because I had the Android Studio and all that stuff open, those programs were watching for changes too, so... Now we have enough. Now we have enough iNotify nodes. Okay, it took about 20 seconds to build the JavaScript bundle. Now it's building the JavaScript bundle. I wonder if next it's going to... Oh, yep, building JavaScript bundle. Building. Okay, uploading JavaScript bundles. Your published URL is exp.host@nanodano React Data Bitcoin Price Checker. Checking if this build already exists. Building. Build started. It may take a few minutes. You can check the queue length. And it also says you can monitor the build at this location. So that's interesting. I don't really like the idea that you have to rely on their build service. But this is also... This isn't even... Like, you have to have the Expo client just to run it? So this isn't even building me... Like, maybe it'll let me... Maybe it'll let me download the APK, but... Here, what is... Building standalone apps. Start the build. Run Expo build Android. If you don't already have a package running, Expo will start one. If you choose to build for Android, the first time you build a project, you'll be asked whether you want to upload a key store. Yes. Okay. Waiting for the build to finish. Test it on your device. Okay, yeah, install .apk. You can drag and drop the APK into your... Okay, so I guess it will give me an APK when it's all done. So let's see here. I guess you can check on the build. Okay, and then they gave me a couple links here, I guess, to check on the status. Queue builds in the queue, none. Does that mean my build is done? If it is done... Oops. Oh, okay. Let me log in. Oh, neat. It's just a big law. It's literally the console output. These are the raw build logs from Xcode/Android Studio. Okay, it's still building. Still building, signing. Let's see what it gives us. This is kind of an important step because the important thing is getting that APK. That's the moneymaker. That's the thing you can sell if you make a good app. Or make a crappy app. You can still sell it if you make a crappy app. Okay, it's done. Uploading build artifact to S3. Okay. Done uploading to S3. There it is. Let's download it. We'll just store it on the desktop. Here it goes. Successfully built. Yeah, and there's the link. Okay. So now, let's check this out. Here's our APK. I'm gonna kick open the Android emulator. Let's give it a second to start up. I'm just gonna start up the emulator. Okay, so I'm going to close all the apps and I'm going to check out what we got installed here. So we do have this one here called Bitcoin Price Checker. That's like an old one we built, probably in Kivy or something. Okay, there's one. Oh, looks like there's a couple actually. Okay, let's uninstall that one. And wait, does it keep coming back? Go away. Okay, well we can just copy over our new APK. We just drag and drop it, and it downloads it to the SD card. Not only does it download to the SD card, it actually automatically runs the install. So it's actually really convenient and easy to do. Okay, so there it is. There's our blank. Okay, and so it's using that little square placeholder icon. So let's open it up. And there it is. Check price, $999.99. Alright. Alright, so that's really interesting. I'm still not a fan of having to use their build tool. It's not really a big deal, but that does factor into things. I would much rather build my project locally. So I wonder if I can Expo build Android locally. Let's see. How to build Expo APK locally. Yeah, if you want to generate APK, eject the CRNA. Oh, I think I understand now. No, okay. npm run eject. Then you will get Android and iOS folders. Got it. I think I see. So if I want to build it myself, then I will have to run npm eject. Yeah, no pixel saying Yeah, the building thing is not ideal. You also need to make something unlisted manually if you don't want it on your public profile. That's interesting. Yeah, so I didn't like the fact that I first off even had to make an account. And then, okay, so what was it? You have to run... Okay, so how do you... Expo eject app? Well, I don't really care that much. That's good to know. Again, it's not terrible, but yeah, I don't like how it's all just like public and I'm gonna delete it. It's okay, I guess. That is a big turnoff, I have to admit. But if you're building a professional app, I can see how that can be really attractive. Okay, so where are we? We learned how to package as an APK. And I'm going to make a note about that. That was Expo build Android. Expo init new project. Okay, so those are kind of the important things we learned. Expo init new project, Expo build. So we learned, yeah, how to handle button clicks and do this. Now, HTTP requests. Okay, so we've got HTTP requests. Now I did read that they have something called fetch. They actually have, yeah, fetch is what you want to use to do HTTP requests. So that was the last step that we needed to hook up for our little Bitcoin price checker thing. So I'm going to go back into WebStorm now. I'm also going to move this Hello World one into Bitcoin price checker. Okay, now I'm going to open it up in WebStorm, close this project, and I want to open... Oh no, there's two. What happened? There's so many now. Okay, they're all going away. We're just gonna do Expo init, a totally new one. And I know this is a really long name, but I get so many projects. Okay. Okay, new project, almost ready. As soon as it's ready, I'm gonna open it up in WebStorm. Alright, it's ready. Let's open it up. Okay, let's go into app.js. We've got a text, so we're gonna do a text to text, and well, I guess we only need one text really. Okay, so the text is going to be, we're going to do it over again real quick, Bitcoin price, and then it's going to be the state, right, this.state.price, and then this, we actually want a button, and what was it, title equals check price. And on press is this dot update price. And so we need to do a constructor. Yeah. Okay, constructor with the props. call the autocomplete is really messed up on this. Super props, and then now hang on a second, it's got too many there. Super props, and then we'll say this dot state equals, and we'll just set price equals NA at first. And then there was the bind. Ooh, I'm gonna forget this one. This dot update price dot bind. I want to bind the function. Shoot, was it like that? What did you say? This check price equals this update price. So you're basically replacing the function with that. That still is a little elusive to me, but it's okay. Let's add a get ignore, and we'll add the idea, and that should be okay. Okay. So down in the terminal, I'm gonna run yarn start, and we should be able to just minimize that and let it go for a while. Okay, now is our device still open? Yeah, our device is still open. Okay, so it says there's an error. System file limit for number of watchers reached. It's okay. Yeah, it looks like Android Studio and WebStorm together. Let me turn off Android Studio. The emulator should stay on. Okay. So now that one of them is off, I should have enough. Okay, it's building. Let's go back to the code while that's all running. So now what I want to add in is the update price. And that's basically going to call set state and give it a new state. And we'll say price is new price. And new price is going to be, well, first we're going to have to, there's some kind of error with the bind. Can't find button. Okay, I need to import button. No problem. Button imported. And now, okay, it's sort of working already. Last thing I need to do is fetch. So give us the fetch example. React Native provides the fetch API, and you just say fetch. Okay, so yeah, I just want to fetch something handling the response. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna copy that piece over, and I'm gonna get the URL for the Bitcoin price. And I have a link to it handy on this other tutorial. Okay, so let's create some space, add this in and take a look at it. Okay, so we want this to be this CoinDesk URL. Okay, that is the Bitcoin price URL. And then we're going to fetch the URL, take the response, convert it to JSON object, then we're going to pull what we want out of it. And in this case, it's going to be .bpi, .usd, .rate. New price. Okay, so we're going to default to this unavailable message. Okay. New price equals. No, so I'm not sure how I have to pull the... Let's try just that first element. Yeah, I don't think I'm pulling the data properly out of it. So I should be getting the error out at the bottom. Let's see, what I want to do here actually is console.log response JSON, and then also do the .bpi. Okay, and I want to set a breakpoint. Now, I don't know. That breakpoint's not going to work. Not the way I have it running right now. But maybe I can get... Okay, yeah, so it's definitely pulling it out. .bpi dot... no, I want .usd.rate. Rebuilding. Okay, it's auto-reloading. Check price. Well, yes, it's working, so why isn't it updating the... Okay, new price is this, and then here I'm saying new price. Oh. Okay, yeah, I'll set it to this. I guess what I should be doing is... right after I do that, set the state? Is that would that be the appropriate place to do it? Yeah. Okay, there we go. And I suppose at this point I could just put the rate right in there like that. Okay. There we go. We're looking good. We just made a Bitcoin price checker in React Native. It's ugly, and maybe we can add a little bit of styling, at least make that text way bigger. So let's go check out... At the bottom of app.js, we've got this, so... React.js font size. Text style props. Peachtree says, I understand nothing, but I think coding is really cool. If you want to learn to program, I've got some tutorials that are good for absolute beginners. Go check out devdungeon.com and look around. Some of them are advanced, but some are beginner. Font size, okay. Let's try 64. No, why didn't that work? I wonder if we need to put it on the text element, or if the text should be inheriting it. Why don't I just find out? What if I try applying the same styles? These are way too many styles. It'll probably break it, but... Oh yeah. Okay, so... Yeah, why don't we go ahead and create one for the price, some styles for the price, and we'll move that font size over here. Okay, now we should see it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, maybe that's a little too big. Why don't we try 48? And then I also want to make that 2 different lines. So I wonder if /n... No, that doesn't work. Is it B? I mean, it's not like HTML, is it? Yeah. Okay, hold on. React Native, new line in text. Let's see. Oh, it looks like I need to escape it. I need to escape it with the braces. Like that, is what they were saying in the Stack Overflow comment. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And let's try these center alignments too and see if that helps. No, in this case, what I'm gonna do then is create a separate one. That way they're both independently centered. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, I like that a lot. So, the other thing we should do is make the button bigger. And actually, I'm going to take out these. And now I'm going to see if those are inherited. Yeah, those are inherited, so those stay center. And the button needs to be bigger. So we'll make a style for the button. And let's look up React Native button properties. So if we go down, we should see properties. On press, title, color. Okay, so I didn't see one for font size, but let's just try it. Interesting. So maybe it has a parent element that has more properties. Let's see, React Native, set button, font size, Stack Overflow, yeah, text. Yeah, well, it's... Unfortunately, yeah, according to the documentation, you can't change the size of a button. Here's my solution. No. Interesting. So you really can't. You have to go out of your way. So on this one, they are... Oh. Oh, you have to use a totally different button. You have to replace... You have to use a third-party button. Okay, well, I'm guessing that it's... Since it's a native button, I'm going to assume that the native interface will choose a good size. So, that's okay. I think we are good. The last thing I do want to change, actually, is... Oh, how do I want to do this? Can you put properties... You can't just put state properties. No. What I want to do is change the button color when I press it until it updates. So... Like, when it's fetching, we will set... Yeah, so the color... We'll have to do something like button style equals... Shoot, how's this gonna work? Because if I want to make it like a property, or a state value... I guess, okay, how do you do inline style? You use two braces? Is that how you would do it? Okay, yeah, so the brace means JavaScript, and then inside that we're going to put an array or an object. And color equals We'll say red. You're saying you can only use touch opacity to change the opacity color. That would also let you change the font size. Yeah, I don't care that much. That is interesting to know though. Background color, that's what I want. Background color. That did not change the background color. Let me go back. Okay. Color. Or the background color on Android. So yeah, color. Red? Why aren't you red? Maybe I did this wrong. Styles. Oh, you have to do stylesheet.create. Interesting. I'll try and throw it in there. We'll see if it works. 0 is not a valid property style. Style sheet color F00. Valid style properties. Background color. Alright. You're being a little contradictory, button. Valid style props. Background color. Background color. Interesting. I don't know. It's okay. I wanted to figure out how to change the button color, so let me see. React Native. Change button color. Let me look at an example. Maybe I can see what I'm doing wrong. Oh. Do I not have to jump through all those hoops? Can I just assign the property directly like that? No. Well, it didn't complain, but it didn't work. Let's see. Set how to set a button background color. Button, yeah, button background color. Oh, maybe it needs 3 or 6 rather. Maybe it needs all 6 in the hex. No. Yeah. Try this. Overrides. Interesting. So there's all kinds of different answers. Yeah, React.js. I need a button to change. Well, this isn't React Native specifically, but style equals background color. Style equals. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Style, and then we're gonna put it in braces. And we're not gonna do the create style sheet thing, we're just gonna do just like that. Oh, I guess we need one more set of braces to tell it that it's in there. Okay, I'm done messing with that. I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it's not working. But that's fine. Our button works, our app is good. Let's see what it looks like when it's installed. Actually, one thing I do want to do is get the Bitcoin logo. Hopefully this isn't like a trademark thing that's going to get me in trouble just for using it on my personal thing, but I am going to grab a copy of the Bitcoin logo, and I'd like to make that the app logo. So if we go under assets, there's icon and splash. And so now we've got this Bitcoin logo. Can we just drag and drop it? Can we copy it and paste it? Let's see. Now what's the dimensions on this? 192 by 192. Can we just resize this one? So they have some editing tools, I think. Show color picker, jump to external editor. Yeah. I don't think I have GIMP installed. Let's see. I'm not sure if any of those will help me resize an image. But why don't we try this? Let's try leaving it as it is. It should be 192 by 192. But what I'm going to do is copy over the... And I'm going to call this icon. And we'll override it. Okay. Now when I package it, I want to see if it has that logo. So then when we install it on our phone and we want to check the price, it'll be easy to find it because it'll have the Bitcoin logo. Now it's not the same dimensions. That's why I'm not sure if it will complain. But let's try it. We'll do Expo Android build. No. Expo build Android. You must have a project set up. Okay, let's do that again. So down here we just need to say Android, and the package is going to be com.devdungeon.bitcoin price checker React Native. Sure. That'll be the package name. Okay. Icon, splash image, I don't know where that gets used yet, so... And yeah, I don't want iOS. I'm gonna drop the iOS ones. Now I'm gonna try it again. It's probably gonna ask me to log in. Maybe not. Maybe it stored my login session in my home folder or something. So this will probably take a minute to run and build. And then I'll have the APK. And then I'll install the APK and test it out. And then we can say we officially made a Bitcoin price checker with React Native. And we figured out how to make the HTTP requests. You just call fetch, and then you have a callback for the events. So the last thing I wanted to probably try and do tonight is make a GPS bookmarker. That way we're actually using React Native to fetch GPS coordinates from the phone, taking advantage of the fact that it's actually a phone. And just bookmarking locations, like, so if you ever visit a cool place, you can just say bookmark and it'll just save your GPS location for you. Might be cool for people who do geocaching, geocache hunts and stuff like that. So it's gonna take a while, and it gives us this link that we can watch. So while this is building, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break. I'm gonna let this build and stretch my back and get some water. If you guys have been sitting around too, I encourage you to do the same thing. Give your back and your eyes a rest. Go do some stretching, and I'm gonna put on some music, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Alright. Hey everyone, I'm back. So this build should be done. It looks like it's done and it's been uploaded to S3. You know, I am wondering, is this all free? I don't see a page. I don't see a page here that says pricing. So that's really interesting because when you put stuff on S3, that costs money. Do they have a limit on how many apps you can do? On how big they are? Do you have to start paying after a certain point? These are all questions I have about this service. And I've actually, you know what? Expo has to be optional, right? This whole Expo thing has to be optional, so I should be able to build React Native without Expo. Can't I? Building React Native APK. Okay. Let's just see. Okay, yeah, so they're actually building it using the Gradle build script. Okay, so there has to be... I guess you have to do that, the export. You have to do the export to get the Java, and then run the Java and run the Gradle build. Is that how it works? Here we go. How am I going to build an APK with React Native? Okay. Well, don't worry, I'm gonna guide you. Okay, thank you, Mr. Medium. Mr. Hazanji on Medium. First of all, I guess you have noticed a folder with Android implementations. Well, I did with one of them. With my other project, it was there. So let's do this. Let's do Expo init test. And so when I did the full example, it did have the full Android app folder, but not with the minimal ones. Okay, so here's test. It's probably building. Hopefully it'll build that Android folder. Because if I don't have that, let's see. React Native new app. Is there another way to do it without Expo? No. I mean, that's the official way. Okay, yeah. If you know eventually you'll need to include your own native code, Expo is still a good way to get started. Yeah, in that case, you'll need to eject eventually to create your own native builds. Okay, so that clarifies it. That is the case. If you do eject, the build projects with native code instructions will be required to continue. Okay. Now where's that section? It's above. Okay, it's that's where it is. It's on the other tab. That's why it was so hard to find. Yeah, null pixel. Ejecting from Expo is exactly what I think I need to do. Okay. For example, if you are integrating, and that is interesting because then that's a one-way thing. So it's like you have to export and then patch on all your changes. So, okay, you would install React Native CLI, and then you need the SDK and all that stuff. And I've got all that. Okay, yeah, and you need. Oh, that's where it is. Android Home / Emulator. I was wondering where the command line tool for the emulator was. Android Home / Emulator. I guess. export Android home. Let me try that. / emulator. No AVD specified. Emulate. So what if I just do emulator 64-x86? Because I want to figure out how to run them. Run them from the command line. Emulator check. No AVD specified. AVD, the virtual device helper. Let's see. What is that? What is that tool called? Let's see. Run Android virtual device from command line. Looks like that's a common question. Start the emulator from the command line. This is the official documentation. Emulator-AVD device name. Okay, but I need a list of the names. Emulator-list AVDs. Okay, let me try that out. Emulator/list AVDs. There we go. /emulator-AVD. The Nexus 5. Start. Well, it's already started. Okay, let me turn it off. And then I'm going to restart it, and then I'm going to copy over that APK that we built. Oh, that is it. Okay, great. Now I know for future reference. Cool. Okay, so now let's go download our... Where is it? It finished up here. There we go. Successfully built app. Let's download the APK. And we're going to call this Bitcoin Price Checker React. And this is like the final product, quote unquote. Hopefully. We'll see if our icon worked. And actually, why don't I do this? Bitcoin Price Checker React 1.0. Whatever. Let's just copy it over. Let's install it. And does it have the Bitcoin logo? It does! Look at that! Look how beautiful that application is. Let's click on it. And make sure it works. Oh, that's where the splash screen goes. The splash screen is the loading page. I thought that was like a temporary thing that the dev server was just doing. But that splash screen is actually what happens when it loads. So we could update the splash screen to be the image too. And then we'd have a pretty slick app. And yeah, so Bitcoin price NA, when we click check price, it should update. Gives us the price. I should have put a $sign there, but that's okay. So that's awesome. We've got a very nice app. A very nice, usable, functional app. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's close it, save the state. Okay. Now, as far as the ejecting stuff goes, I would like to figure out how to do that. So here we go. We were on this page. Watchman. Okay, that watches files. Okay, React Native init. So I'm gonna try... Well, let's see. Preparing the Android device. Okay, if you ejected from create React Native app, or if you're adding Android support to an existing one, you can use a third party like Ignite CLI. Interesting. It looks like Ignite will help you build the proper template that you need. Okay, running it. Okay, I did this. I want... What? It shows you how to... Okay, React Native init. Maybe that's it. Okay, so oh, where's my home or my global modules? npm install -g. Is it React Native? I want that React Native start project, and I want to see if that builds my Android directory or not. Yeah, so you need to set the environment variables, and I kinda did. I guess I've got a couple more I need to set. Here, I'll just add the whole slew of them there, just like they did one line at a time. And I can go ahead and delete to end of line. Wait, that didn't work. Delete to, oh yeah, when you're deleting to end of line, you just do delete $. Okay. So now I should have all the stuff I need there. React Native should be installed. Yeah, so now I've got React Native, and I can do React Native init. My React Native. No, what was it called? React Native init. Is that not what I did? Looked like you installed React Native globally. Maybe you meant React Native CLI. Oh yeah, I probably did. Okay, we'll install the CLI. Yeah, that worked. Okay, so it's initializing a new project, and I want to see if it creates that Android folder. Okay, I see it. Yeah, and it's got all the stuff. But I'm confused. If I make changes in the app, now is this purely for extending it? Or yeah, so they've got the main activity and stuff, so like if you make changes here, does it automatically build? When does it build the output there? That's what I don't get. So you init the project, okay. If you ejected from create rated. Okay, so yeah, running, you run it with run Android. And that's all it says. Platform specific code. When building a cross-platform app, okay. Still a little unclear there, but for now I'll use their build service. I'll just use their build service, and if I really, really need to build something locally for some reason, I'll go down that route, but if they give us that convenience, and I didn't see any obvious limitations, I probably won't hit them for anything I need to make. So that's all good, and the last thing I wanted to do tonight was try and make this GPS bookmarker. So, okay, I need to do something first. I want to push this project up to GitHub, this one that we made. Now, what do I want to ignore? What do I want to ignore? I guess I can ignore the yarn lock. Yarn.lock git ignore. Is that a good one to ignore? I'm guessing you could ignore it, because that's probably specific. Oh, it says you should add it. Alright. Okay, all these other ones are fine. Oh wait, I do want to ignore node modules for sure. I don't want to commit that. Assets are all good. Settings look good. That all looks good. Okay, so let's go in there. Get status. Get add. Get status, get commit, and we're just gonna say stable working Bitcoin price checker. Okay, it's missing something important though, and that is the README. And there's a few things I want to put in there. I want to add a link to the live stream, install notes, install and running notes. And so that is, what did we do? Because this is kind of for learning too. So the project was started with Expo init. Expo init, this project. Run with, was it just yarn start? Yarn start? Yeah, that calls Expo start. So I could say Expo start, but yarn start's fine. Uh-oh. What is it complaining about down here? Oh, system limit for file watchers reached. That's fine. I'll have to look into upgrading that. Okay, and link to the live stream. I can go grab that real quick. Copy link. Link to the live stream. Live stream of coding this app. Okay, and okay. What else did I want to add? Build. Yeah, so you build it with Expo build Android. And I also want to add a link to... Yeah, this is the one I actually built that's actually kind of usable. Let's see. And this is going to be download link. Now I wonder, can you download the APK right from here? Or do you have to download... Visit build page? Download... Okay, that lets you download the APK. Now, I wonder if that is anonymous. Let me open a private browser with no session. No, so that one is private. Interesting, so... Okay, so this URL is public. Can they download? Can they download the APK? Interesting. Well, we'll just put that link anyway. Expo.io link. Okay. So I think that's good. I don't think I need to add anything else. Okay, get status. Let's go ahead and add. Adding README. Okay, there's no remotes, so we need to push it up to a GitHub. And let's see, is there a version on this? Yeah, 1.0.0, good. Okay, let's go make a GitHub repo. Oh, I'm still in the private one. Okay, GitHub. New repository under Dev Dungeon. This is going to be Bitcoin price checker number 12. Okay. No. I know these are terrible names. They really are. But I need notes so I can find them later among all the other ones. Very basic React Native app to check Bitcoin price. Okay, let's get the remote URL and add it. Git remote add origin. Git push, and we'll set the upstream origin master. Oops, typo. Okay. So now all this code is up there. We'll check out the README. Yeah, this project was started like this. You run it like that. You build it like that. There's the download links. And actually, one last thing I want to do is under releases, I want to create a new release. And this is actually version 1.0 out of the code. Initial stable 1.0 release. This is the very first release with a stable Android APK. Okay, and then we want to attach the file that we have, so React 1.0. Okay, so now if I ever wanted to download this and run it on a phone of mine, or maybe show it to somebody, I could just be like, oh, if you go to the GitHub repository, like, let's pull it up. So if you go here, you got all the source code and everything, and that's great. But if you go to releases, now you can download a package of the source code and the APK. So I can just download it, and let's call it, well, whatever, you can just download it and install it. So you can go download it on your phone right now if you wanted to. Okay, so we officially made and sort of released. I didn't release it on the Play Store, but we made an app. Awesome. So the GPS bookmarker. This will be interesting. So let's start by looking up React Native get GPS, because that's going to be the first step and the biggest piece. As a browser polyfill, this API is available through navigator.geolocation. You do not need to import it, it's global. On Android, this uses android.location API. This API is not recommended by Google because it is less accurate and slower than the recommended Google Location Services API. In order to use it with React Native, use the React Native Geolocation Service module. Well, I don't want to mess with third-party ones right now. So what I'm gonna do is we'll go with the less accurate one, just because it's the easier one to use for right now. Okay. Projects with native code only. This section applies to projects made with React Native in it, or those made with Expo in it. Okay, well we are going to use Expo in it. For more information about ejecting... Oh. To request access to location, you need the following lines in your app's Android manifest.xml. So we don't have access to the Android manifest though. NoPixel asked, are you going to be storing the bookmarks so they persist or not? So there's a couple options there. One would be like you said, not store them at all persistently, which is not a good idea, and that's not really what I want to do. I want to either store it in a SQLite database or just store it in a flat text file or JSON in a text file. Another potential option would be sending an email. So like you send an email to yourself every time and that's how you kind of store it. Or SMS. You can send yourself an SMS message with the location. I don't know. Yeah, I mean there's several options, so we'll see. Right now, I haven't decided, so my goal right now is to just kind of decide on how we would put it together. In this case, we have the decision about whether to use Android Location API or the Google Location Services API. So for now, I'm going to go with the easier one, even though it's less accurate. And we're going to see about how we would store a file. And depending on how long we go, I may just identify how to do it and plan it out and not actually implement it, but at least find the libraries that I would need to use and things like that. So check out async storage. Okay, so it looks like this is part of the core package. Async storage is a simple, unencrypted, asynchronous, persistent key store value system. It should be used instead of local storage. It is recommended that you use an abstraction on top of async storage instead of async storage directly for anything more than light usage. Okay. On iOS, it's backed by native code. On Android, it will either use RocksDB or SQLite, based on what's available. Okay. Okay, well good. Then that will use SQLite for me. That makes it incredibly easy then. All I have to do is get the item, unparse the JSON, update the JSON object, and then set the item back to the dumped JSON. I think that's how I'll do it. Could even just do it like with comma separated values or something, but I think a JSON object will be a solid way to do it. Get item and set item? Okay. So that is what I want to do. So what I'm going to do now is start a new one. We'll do Expo init GPS bookmarker. And I'm going to go with the blank. The name is going to be GPS bookmarker slug GPS dash bookmarker. Yes, I want to use yarn. Excuse me, I'm going to grab some water. Oh man. So it says file extension .rst was reassigned to rest. Wait, no, that I guess that's not an accurate abbreviation, but that is the accurate syntax. So RST is a restructured text. I like restructured text more than Markdown. It is more powerful. And it gives you the table of contents, which is really awesome too, actually. I think you can just do, yeah, contents, just like that. And then, so, let's see, if we do the preview. Oh, it doesn't have the preview. Oh well. GitHub knows how to process it. It'll automatically generate a table of contents up at the top. Okay, so this is the wrong project anyway. Close project. I want to open the one that we just generated, the GPS bookmarker. Alright, it's indexing. Let's give it just a second. And let's see, can we give it... No, it doesn't have good runs. Okay. So we've got our app.json. No, I'm going to start by adding a git ignore. And adding the .idea. Git status. Git reset. Okay. So... add all that. We actually node modules. We want to ignore node modules. Okay. And there's an icon. I could have swore we could draw. I swore that maybe that's the Android Studio. The Android Studio has an image editor that actually lets you draw. But we'll worry about that later. Let's focus on getting the GPS part hooked up. So down here, let's run yarn start and just let it run in the background. We can minimize it. Because it auto loads, we don't really have to tend to it. Okay, and I don't... Oh no, did it say system limit for file number folders watched? Yeah. Let's see. If it happens again, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out... Okay, let's see if I can actually increase them. If you're running Debian, run the following. Alright. Alright. Echo FSI notify max user watches to... Okay, so first I want to see what it's at currently. sysctl.conf grep inotify. None. There's no setting on it at all. Okay, whatever. If I host this computer and I go offline, actually it's just in a VM, so if my whole VM gets totally hosed, then it'll all be good. It won't matter. I won't lose my stream. Okay, so this is good. Let me try yarn start. Is this any better? Let's give it a second. Okay, it looks like it's working. So now, let me see, history grep emulator. Yeah, so I want to put... So it's going to be Android home /emulator. Okay, so I'm going to copy that, and I want to put that in my... Yeah, I want to make an alias for it. AVD. And let's try the double quotes. Okay. So now, if I just do AVD, it should start up. Awesome. That'll be handy in the future. Okay, we still have our Bitcoin thing open. We can close that. We are done with that. But we can appreciate it. Look at that beautiful app. Okay, so now we've got another app we want to build real quick. And... what do we want to do? We want to get the GPS location. So let's go back and check out the geolocation. Oh, they said it was a global too. So geolocation.getCurrentPosition. Okay, so we'll go into the app and let's go ahead and make a constructor. Okay, we got a constructor now, and we got one that's going to be called Save GPS, and that'll be our callback that actually does the location. Get current position. I mean, just like that. Is it really that easy? Oh, so what do you need to pass it? You need to pass it the success callback, the error callback. Is that it? Okay, so the success callback is going to be just a function. Then the error callback, I guess, so you're probably going to get the error and then the location in that one. I'm just guessing. I'll have to check the docs to make sure, but was there another one? Error callback and then options. I don't need any options right now, so in the success callback, why don't we just log what we get back and see if we actually get something, and if it doesn't, we'll say error pulling GPS coordinates. And then let's make a button. Button, the title will be Save GPS location, and on press will be this dot save GPS, and then that's all we need for our button. Okay, but we need to also do this dot save GPS equals the binded version dot binded. Still don't quite. I just know I need to do it. Okay, so now we can try running it, right? Well, I guess it's already running, sort of. I just need to say run. Hey, wait a second. That's not the right app. What's going on? You're running the wrong app. Run. There we go. Loading, 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 building, 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 building. Done. Error. Can't find button. Oh, I need to import. I need to import button. Okay, it's going to auto-reload. There it is. Okay, now if I click Save GPS Location, it should trigger this, which I'm guessing will error because I don't have the location permission. Oh, it locked up. It locked up the app. Oh wait, no, it didn't. But it is going really slow. It locks up for like a second. Oh, what does that say? Yeah. Oh, there's the error. It's GPS bookmarker needs permission for course location. You've already granted permission to another Expo experience. Allow GPS bookmarker to use it also. Yeah, that overlay is messed up. I can't click on it. Okay, let me go to my system settings. I guess if you don't set it, it just asks automatically. We'll see how that works. So apps, let's go to apps, and this Expo app, we want to permissions. We want to look at permissions, and well, it looks like we gave it location. Let's try all permissions. Okay, access approximate. I think that's the broad GPS course location. Well, I just click it, nothing happens. It says, this app... Okay. Now, these notifications are messed up. Now, why? Okay. Let's try this again. I don't know if that worked, but let's try. Let's go back and see. Okay, run. Yeah, it says the same thing. GPS bookmarker needs permissions for... I can't fix it because I can't get... See, I can't hit the allow button. It's like, the alert shows up really squished on the top. Let me try doing landscape. No, go back. I can only read it when I, like... Maybe I need to add this one as well. So I gave it the allow draw on top of other apps. Down at the bottom here. Display over other apps allowed. See, I try to give it... Let's see. Android emulator, notifications... Can't see. I just can't click yes. I want to say yes, allow location, but you see? Let's try this one more time. ADB set permissions. Can you do it over the terminal? See, it just popped up again up here. You've already... Click. Maybe if I click really fast before it goes away. No, it's still there. Come on, please. Please let me click it. Oh, I think I got it. I'm holding tab and clicking. I'm clicking really fast and it's like slowing it down. Okay. What if I use the keyboard? You can see, like, as it's coming down, I can kind of tap through it really quick. Hold on, let's see. ADB devices. Okay. Yeah, it looks like you can. So that's good. Let's see. No, I need you to stay running. Okay, so now I've got ADB. ADB shell, permission, grant, and now I need to give it my package name. Oh, I didn't even give it a package name yet, did I? Oh, I guess it's the, shoot, how do you check permissions, then? ADB check permissions? Because I need to get the one for the Expo. Check, okay. Dump sys package. ADB shell dump sys. ADB list. ADB devices. None. Oh, did I kill it? I didn't mean to kill you, device. I'm sorry. Come back. Okay, ADB devices. There we go. Emulator 5554. Now ADB Shell dumps this. Okay. Okay, wait, hold on. Dumps this grep Expo. io.expo. I need to get the package name, I think. Dumps this package. Expo. Let's see, package name. Package grep Expo. It's all exponent. Oh wait, expo.modules. There's my React Bitcoin checker. Now I wonder, bookmarker. Okay, I'm trying to add the permission over ADB. No Pixel's laughing at me. Hey man, if you know how to get this stupid thing working, if you know. Let's see what it's like still running my Bitcoin one now. Yarn start. Okay. Run. Yeah, it's running it keeps running the Bitcoin one. Stop. Stop. Now run the app that I expect you to run now. There you go. Thank you. Okay, now the alert is there. It says, oh, do you want to allow? Oh, just press allow. No problem. Just hit allow and we'll check it for you. Just come on. You wanna just click allow. That's all you need to do. I know, I just need to click allow. Oh, I did it! I did it! Oh my gosh, did you guys see that? Okay, so what I did was I spammed the tab button while I clicked on the button. That was awesome. I think it worked now. Well, kinda, like it's not complaining anymore. So I think I turned it on. But I'm not seeing any console logs. So let's see, console.log. We'll just see if it's even getting in here. Attempting to say GPS coordinates. Okay, let's see if it's even getting there. Okay, it is. It's getting there. Oh, you know what? The error. Well, I might have my callbacks set up wrong. So let me double check here. Get current position. Geo success. Watch position. Okay. Interesting. So it doesn't seem to be triggering either of these. Let me see if I can find an example. React Native get current position example. Sure, we'll go to this Hacker Noon article. Yeah, so I guess we sorted out the permissions. No Pixel says, whenever I run into trouble, I just get a different emulator. Maybe try Anbox? No, no, no. You saw my approach. I just start smashing the keyboard and running out of ideas, and it worked. I mean, you saw I just spammed tab while I clicked, and you know, hacks, elite hacks. You got a dedication. Okay, so get current position. The success callback will be past an object like this. Okay, that's what I expected. But how come... I mean, am I calling it wrong or something? Yeah, so you get the position on the success, the error on the error, and then the options. And it says the options are optional. So I don't think I need to provide them. Maybe, just to be explicit, maybe I will try... I'll see if that has any effect. Maybe it'll cause an error. Oh, wow! That worked! So... yeah, when I take the options out, it seems to not work. What if I just give it a blank? No? Or what if I just give it like an empty options? Will that be any better? No. No, it really wants, interesting, maybe. Oh, you know what I think it is? I think it's the fact that... Okay, so I read about this the other day. When you say get current position, it's actually going to wait for a change in position. But what I'm adding here is this maximum age. And I bet if I take the maximum age off, it will... No, that still worked. So what they were saying was, yeah, your GPS has to change unless you say get last location, which might have been a while. So you can set the maximum age and say, well, as long, get something that's not more than 10 minutes old or something like that. But on the emulator, I know you can do this. You can do, yeah, so you can pop open the options for the emulator and you can say location and you can change it and you can hit send. So let's try this. If I leave off the options, if I leave them off, this is where it appears as if it was just hanging. But if I go here and then I say, okay, send it a location update. No, that doesn't seem to be... Let me try changing it. Yeah, that doesn't actually play. Send. No. Okay, so that does not seem to help it. And even when I leave off the maximum age. Okay, so what happens when I leave off this one too? I'm trying to figure out why it just suddenly starts working when one of these options gets passed in. Okay, so it's not the timeout. It was the enable high accuracy. That's the one. That's the one that does it. Enable high accuracy. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Okay, boom. Okay, so now we just need to extract our data. So on the success, we really want the location dot coords dot latitude and longitude. Okay, then we'll just verify that it's extracting those values properly. Speed, not interested in speed. Maybe the altitude. I think that could be important. Okay, and the timestamp. We should save that too. Actually, that's not in the coords, it's part of the base object. Awesome. So that was like one of the major hurdles. Was being able to pull the GPS coordinates. Okay, so ideally we'd also update the text area on screen so that we can show the person the GPS location. And what else do we want to do? We need to save it. We need to actually save it in a to-do store in SQLite DB. Okay, and that's where the async storage comes in. And so we're going to have to import async storage. No problem. And then we just call async storage dot get and set. I guess they're async. Do I need async storage? Can I just, is there just like a regular, a non-async storage? No. Okay, just curious. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that. We'll say async storage dot get item. And what we want to get is, and oh, I think these are global, like across all apps, I think. So we'll call it GPS bookmarker data. I think that'll be unique enough. Okay, so we want to get that. Okay, and we get a callback. And then we got the value, I guess, that we're operating on. And then we can say bookmark stored data. And it should be nothing. I'm expecting it to be null when we don't have anything in there. Oh, is it... Okay, I think we're gonna need the await. Yeah. Okay, so I think because... Now I wonder, can we just async that whole thing? No. And we can we just async a lambda like that? Did we? Did we just do that? Let me go to the bottom. Oh, it did work. I don't know if that's some kind of bad practice, but it's working. Okay, awesome, awesome deal. Okay, so I guess now we can say if value is null, console.log no bookmarks yet. Creating new. Okay, so this is just for our debug information, basically. Okay. No bookmarks yet, creating new. Okay. So I guess we just need to create a new object. I guess we just do like this. Actually, I wonder if we can just pass store item and object and it'll serialize it automatically. Let's try it. So we would say async storage dot set. Why didn't it? I thought it's called set item, right? Set item. It's static. So is get item. Oh yeah, okay, value is a string. Value is just a string. But again, I wonder if it'll serialize it automatically. I don't think it will. I'll have to do JSON stringify. Set item, GPS bookmarker data. And I kinda... I don't like having to duplicate it there, but that's okay. I'll probably need an await there too. Unhandled error, yeah, I don't think it liked this. Okay, let's give it an actual string. I kind of expected it to barf when I gave it not a string. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to get the item again. How about that? Okay, now if we press it again, okay, it should not say no bookmarks anymore. It should be finding some after we call set item. Now, yeah, I wonder why it's having trouble finding the set item. So we'll say console.log setting data. So it's getting there. Let's see. Console.log done setting data. Yeah, so it should set it, so then the next time we push the button, it should be getting the item. Well, let's see. Let's print out the variable itself. Oh, well. Yeah, because it's going to be an object. Value null, value null, value null, value null, value null. Yeah, something's not right. Okay, hold on. I think I might be using set item wrong. See, the callback is optional. Sets the value for a key and invokes a callback upon completion. Returns the promise object. Function that will be called with any error. Callback required no. Hold on, let's see. React Native async storage example. Maybe an example will shed some light on something I'm missing. Simple usage, okay. Yep, await async storage set item. And that's, they put that in a try catch. Why not? Let's do the same thing. Oh, you know what? Maybe it doesn't have permission. Maybe it doesn't have storage permission. And that's part of the problem. .log error fetching bookmark data plus the error. Okay. Okay, so yeah, something... Maybe... Let's see, let me make this a constant. We'll call this this dot async storage key. That way we can make sure we always use the same name everywhere. And that'll go here. Okay. Value null. Why is it null? We're not getting a... We're not getting any error. We're not getting any pop-up that says, hey, you need this permission. Maybe we'll double check the settings just to be extra sure. Okay, so the Expo let's go to the permissions. And I gave it all of it, but let's go to all permissions. Storage, modify, or delete. Okay, let's try this again. If I spam tab... No. Tab does something else on this screen. I'll get it. I'll get it sooner or later. Okay. So why is the async stuff not working? And actually it even says unresolved function. It's like async storage is not... Oh wait, I need to put the await back. Okay, let me try this again now. Run. Oh, the errors. Were the errors going in the wrong place? No, they're coming down here. No. Okay. Now, let me go back and maybe look at their example again. So they're saying get position... Oh wait, this is the wrong one. I want the storage one. Await, yes, set item. Okay. Retrieve a value. Await, get item. So they're doing await, get item. So I think I may be doing this. The callback is probably not actually what I want, so I think I want to do this. The callback is not where the value goes. The callback is simply something that gets triggered when it's done. Like if I wanted to update the state. So I think that's my fundamental misunderstanding. Okay, so this doesn't actually need to do anything. And that's the error callback. I want to keep that one. And the options too. Okay, so then we can say console.log value. Uh-oh. Value. And then I'll put this... Now, hang on a second. Semicolon there. Console logs. So why is this one... We're still in an async function. Let's see. Oh. No, I have some bad braces. Or a bad parenthesis. Yeah, this... Hold on. Hold on, I got my callbacks and my braces all out of whack here. Okay. Okay. This should be a little better. Okay. Now I'm, let's see, I got one last set of braces that are messed up. Okay. Wait, almost there. Console log. Hold on. So all this is in here. We've got this function. Closes here. That one. These are all tied together. I need the rainbow braces. Where's the rainbow braces? What I'm having some visual. Where? Hey, thanks, No Pixel. Thanks, I know I'm really close. Have a good night. I'm super close. Something is just a little wacky here. So hold on. Let me get to the bottom of this. Parentheses. There we go. I just had to like break it down. Okay, so now if we go back into our terminal, and we see it attempting to save GPS coordinates, and then that's it. It just hangs there. Okay. Interesting, that's not where it should be hanging. Oh. I cut off the options. Or I see what happened. Yeah, I really messed that up. Okay, these... Yeah, those actually belong there. There we go. I really just messed up the bracing and everything, but it's all fixed now. Okay, so I do have a problem. The bind value at index 1 is null. Oh, it's trying to do the save. Okay, yeah, no, this is good. So get item. Okay, well obviously get item's gonna fail if I don't tell it what item to get. Async storage key. Get that one, please. Okay, value test. Value test. Awesome! It's working now. That's it. That's it. I mean, we're not done, but that's like, those are the two big hurdles. We got the GPS, and we got the key stored in the SQLite database. So now, all we need to do is tie together, let's see, the actual data. So hold on, we're gonna say to do update dump JSON to data store. Okay, so hold on, I have to run to the bathroom really quick. It'll only take me a minute. I'll be right back. It'll take me less than 5 minutes, but I'm gonna put up the be right back screen. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so we are like 90% done. The last thing I need to do here is update this data. And I mean, ideally, we'll need a way to actually get the data out and print it out or something, but this is it's good enough. This really accomplished the goal of learning what I wanted to learn. And I will do one... I actually will do one more thing and maybe put a scroll view with the list items so that you can actually see them all. But we'll see. We'll just see how we're doing. We're already at 3 hours and 20 minutes. So the last thing I want to do is actually... Okay, so we get the item. Now what is it saying? Expected 2 arguments. A callback. I don't really need the callback to do anything, right? Yeah, so we've got the value now. Now, okay, so... Now, where was the, Okay, so let's make some space here. Okay, so we have the value. If the value is... Oh, I guess I cut that part out. Okay, yeah, so if value is null, then value equals just a new object. And then, well, interesting, is that... Okay, value, then, value dot... I guess that's, we want it to be an array, right? Well, hold on. How do we want to label this one? Maybe we'll label it by the date. We can label it by the timestamp. I think that might work. Use the timestamp as the key. Oh no, I guess it would be Would we access it like that? That doesn't seem right. That's not how you do it in JavaScript, is it? I think that'll work fine. Location timestamp equals, and then that's actually going to be like a further, a secondary object, which is going to be, well shoot, why don't we just save the whole location? Why not just save the whole location? And why not just do, location.push? Can we do that? Console.log values. Well, I guess it should be values to be more clear. And I guess it should be, let's just rename it to data, since I guess that'd really be more accurate. Okay. Data, and we'll just set it to data. Let's see how that works. Values test. That part's not even in the code anymore. Let me restart the application. Okay, let's go back here and say run on Android. Okay. Oh, I know why, because it actually stored that from last time. So... Or data equals test. Oh. Okay, let's try that. That way it'll wipe it out. Okay, error. The map cannot be a string. Okay, hold on. Got it, yeah, because it's not an array. So I do want to try, what if we did the timestamp as an index? Will that work? Error fetching bookmark data. No, that's actually an error setting bookmark data. Oh, it's saying cannot use index as a string. Readable native map. Okay, hold on. Let's look up React Native serialize. Serializing an object itself might be better. Well, let's see. JSON React Native. No, I don't want fetch. I wanna work my own JSON from scratch. No, so that's not very helpful. Let's see. JavaScript object to JSON. JSON.stringify, yeah, okay. So why don't we try JSON.stringify data? There we go. Now we can see it growing. Except something doesn't quite look right. It's, what is it doing here? It keeps, like, embedding. It keeps embedding something inside of itself. Okay. So I wonder if I can manipulate the data store directly here. No, doesn't look like it. Okay. I'm going to very quickly make another button called wipe all bookmarks. And I'm going to create a function called wipe bookmarks. And then all I'm going to have that one do is clear out the data. And so that's just going to be await async storage dot set item of this dot async storage key to null. I wonder if it'll let me do null. No, that didn't seem to do it. Okay, set item to blank. Blank, blank. I'm also not sure if... I think it was embedding the whole thing inside of itself every time. Okay. It got too big. Okay, so is that one working or not? Console.log wiping bookmarks. Wipe. No. It's gonna crash because the data got too big. Okay, so that's interesting. That key store may not be a good idea to use in the long run, because it does look like it's just kind of for storing global variables and not really for persisting large amounts of data. So that's it. I'm interested in why this is not this one's not working. It's working here. It's definitely calling it. Let me see. Let me unset that so we don't ever update it again. Yeah, it's gonna crash again. Row too big to fit. Oh, maybe it's erroring out when it's trying to update it too. So let me just change the key. Let me just change the key to a different one and see if that works at all. Okay, run. Uh-oh. Did we screw up the whole database? The whole database is too big that it can't be used anymore. Or did it work? Okay. No, this one's working again. Okay, let me add back in the save. But actually, before we do that, I need to figure out what's wrong with it. Okay, so that'll be an array, and we will do data.push location. Oh, yeah, so otherwise we need to... Else, what we need to do is say data equals json.unstringify, json.parse. Okay. That might work. That might do it. Okay, I don't want to print out the data anymore. I just want to see... Wait, what are you still printing out? Oh, the data. No, that's good. Save. Okay. So there's one. If I save now, will I have two? No, it looks like there's still just one. Oh, I need to save it. Okay, so I need to update the set. Okay, save. And there's one. If we do save again, okay, then there's two. If we do save again, then there's three. Let me do a whole bunch. Let me see if we can crash it again. Okay, now I'm just gonna save it. Like, this wouldn't be too unusual. Someone saves like 100 GPS bookmarks. No, I think what happened was there was just way too many escape slashes. Okay, so yeah. Okay, now we've got like a whole bunch of them. So instead, why don't we try this? We'll say console.log the count. Can we do that? Data.count is not a function. What is it? .length? JavaScript array length. How do you grab the array length in JavaScript? Oh, it's not a function, it's just like a straight property. Okay. Save. Yeah, 107, 108, 109, 110. Okay, and we actually are storing the entire data, so we've got the timestamp and all of the original data. Awesome. That is fantastic, as Raymond Heidegger would say. I think that's fantastic. Okay. We are doing awesome. We've got it doing what we wanted it to do. So let's clean this up and refactor it a little bit. And what I want to try and do next is I want to build it using their tool. And I want to install it as an APK, and I want to see, is it going to ask me for the permissions when I build it? Is it automatically going to put the permissions it needs in the manifest file? Or how will it work? So let me see, I'm just going to clean up the code a little bit. So we've got our constructor that ties our callback button and it sets our storage key. We've got our function called white bookmarks, which, whatever, we'll just leave it in there. We can add more features to it later and actually make that useful. Okay, so then we've got save GPS, which is going to get our location. Okay. Yeah, we don't need this anymore. That was only temporary. Okay, so if data's null, we'll go ahead and create a new array. Otherwise, we'll parse it, append to it, and then store it back in the database. Okay, we're looking good. We are looking good. So now I want to try the Expo build Android. And I guess it should have my account. Oh, no. Okay, I'm in a different shell. So let's log in with an existing one. I'll go ahead and add. And let me grab my password. Okay. Don't rat me out, PyCharm. I'm now logged in. Oh, I need to set a package in my app.json. That's fine. I'm going to drop this and these iOS stuff. And here I'm going to say Android. And then that needs a package. And the package is going to be com.devdungeon.gps bookmarker. Okay, let's try that. Go ahead and build Android, please. Alright, yes, I will let you handle signing things. It still says building iOS bundle. Even though I only say build Android and there's no references to iOS here anymore. I don't think it's actually building the iOS bundle. I think it's running it and it's going, oh, I don't need to, and then it's just exiting. So I don't think it's really building it. Okay, so while that's building, I actually want to check out React Native scroll view and a list, because ideally, let's see, so like let's add a couple to-dos. Ideally we would add a description field to store with each location. To do, ideally you would show the current location on screen before committing the save. And ideally there'd be a button that says view bookmarks, and that would like open up another screen. Actually, that would be a really good case for the tabbed example. If you remember at the very beginning of the stream, the first example we did was the boilerplate generator that did the tabbed example. So if you do Expo init, it asks you if you want the tabbed one. And that one automatically had a couple different screens. And so we could use that one, and we could do view bookmarks and have a scroll view with a list and all bookmarks plus descriptions. So that's what we would do if we really wanted to make it more usable. But what I really wanted to do was learn how to take advantage of some of the features of the phone. In particular, in this case, we're taking advantage of two features of the device, and that is the GPS and the async storage. Now, if we were building a desktop app, we'd probably just use a SQLite library and save it ourselves, but the async storage abstracts that, and on iOS, I don't think it is SQLite. I think they use something else on iOS. On Android, I think it's SQLite, so whatever it is, it'll use it. So that was really good. We learned how to do some good stuff. Tie buttons. Oh, you know what? We can get rid of this text. We don't need that text at all. And also we'd give feedback on save, print errors. And to do allow email bookmarks. So I'm not going to implement these. These would be maybe future ideas, or maybe something if anybody else out there wants to play with the app. Those would be kind of some exercises to do. So again, the real important thing is while we're waiting for this build to finish, and I try it out on the actual Android, the geolocation. We did the geolocation and the storage on the device. And earlier we made the Bitcoin price checker. Right, so if we go check out our installed apps, we made this Bitcoin price checker with the beautiful check price button that fetches the price. So I've never used React Native tonight, and we're going on almost 4 hours now, 3 hours and 40 minutes. So in about 4 hours, that's how long it took to learn all about the React Native, learn how to build, how to access some device-specific things. Oh, uploading? It just finished. It just finished. It just finished. Okay, save it. We're going to call this GPS bookmarker. Now let's install it on our virtual device by simply dragging and dropping it. Where is it? GPS bookmarker. Let's drop it on there. It's installing. Okay, let's go find it. And there it is. It's the one with the blank square that says GPS book. Let's open it up. That's the splash screen. We never updated it. Yeah, and we left that text, which I can fix in a minute. Okay, save GPS location. Oh, now the thing popped up at the top. Okay, allow GPS bookmarker to access this device's location. Okay, so I was curious how it would handle that, and it looks like it basically just waits until it actually needs it. Let me see if I can get it. Okay, let's see. Oh, I think I got it. I did. If you press tab real fast and enter at the same time, you can get it before it messes up. Okay, so you can see every time I hit save GPS location, at the very top next to this LTE button, you can actually see the icon pop up for a split second that says I'm actually accessing the location at that moment. Okay, So yeah, we can't do anything with it. We can't see the bookmarks or anything, but I guess we can assume it's working. Alright, that's all I'm gonna do for right now. I'll leave it as an exercise to the viewer to add. Go to settings. More easy. No, now so I tried doing it that way earlier too, but it doesn't work. The same thing happens. So watch, if I go to the settings, and in this case, apps permissions. So if I go here, so, oh, I guess I could have just turned it on here, right here. So before though, that wasn't enough. Even when I had all of those on, there was still like one more that it needed. But yeah, all of these things are a little, those notifications are all out of whack. But I figured out how to work around it. But thanks for the tip. Betterhan Kenbaz. Thank you. Appreciate the assist. Okay, so actually the one last thing I want to do here is commit and push this all up to GitHub. Okay, so yeah, I'll leave those Expo settings, and everything else looks good too. So I'm gonna commit, and I'm gonna call this initial stable working prototype, if we can even call it that, a GPS bookmarker. Okay, now we need to make a GitHub repo just to store it for future reference. This will be a good reference for future apps. Okay, new repository under Dev Dungeon. This is going to be called GPS bookmarker React Native. Simple React Native prototype for GPS bookmarking in internal phone storage, e.g. SQLite. Okay. Copy this remote, git remote add origin, git remote set upstream. Well, I guess git, that's not what I want. I want git push set upstream. Origin master. Oh, there's no readme either. Let me add a quick readme. GPS bookmarker. Simple prototype example for accessing GPS coordinates from device and storing array of locations in internal async storage, e.g. SQLite. Created using Expo init, build using Expo build Android, and I think that's all I want to say. Oh yeah, and links to live stream of coding, and I think we can grab that from our last project. Yeah, earlier we made the Bitcoin price checker. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the readme and push. And now if I go check it out, the GPS bookmarker now at least has a little readme and a link to the coding. Okay, cool. Okay, so for anybody who just joined, we've already accomplished everything on the agenda for tonight. And that was basically last night I learned React Last night's stream was all about learning React from scratch, just on the desktop, doing normal HTML apps. And so tonight I wanted to explore React Native and making a mobile app. So we started by just kind of learning about what it was and how it worked, and then we did a hello world and tested it out on our emulator. We learned how to build it and package it as an APK that we can distribute with anybody. And then we went over some basics like how to handle button clicks, how to update things, which is just normal React, nothing special there, and making HTTP requests using fetch. And then we built two apps. We built one actually usable app and one kind of theoretical app, right? So the Bitcoin price checker is one that we can actually use. You pull it up, you hit the button, you get the Bitcoin price in US dollars. And I can even pull that one up just in case you didn't see it earlier. And then the other one that we created was the one you just saw. So if I open the Bitcoin price checker, you can see it just shows the price, and if I click it, it'll update, and in this case, it changed slightly. Okay, so that's one of the apps, and then the other one we made was the GPS bookmarker, and so that's the load screen, and that's where you can just save the GPS location and wipe all the bookmarks. And we left in the to-do some things to make it more usable, but we did confirm that we're able to pull the location and store data in the device, which are both very nice references for doing in the future. So the goal of this app was really to learn how to take advantage and access some of the phone-specific features, as well as just more practice and more reference for the future. So if I ever wanted to build a mobile app using React Native, both of these examples and this stream will be a very helpful reference for myself and hopefully for other people too. And so yeah, yesterday there was a couple React examples, and before that we looked at Electron. And before that, well, I've been streaming every night, so if you're not already subscribed, subscribe and do the notification, and I go live. I've been trying to do every night, doing a project every night. So they're not all this long. This was a slightly longer session tonight, but I learned a lot and it was really fun. So I do my quick plugs. If you're not on the Discord server already, go to devdungeon.com, and on the right sidebar there's a big join me on Discord button. Come hang out on our server and chat. You can buy my book, Security with Go, if you want to learn Go and security stuff. Check out the website in general, lots of tutorials. There's github.com/devdungeon with tons of code projects in a big variety of languages. Check out the YouTube channel where you are, subscribe and do all that good stuff, share it with all your friends. Check out some of the other videos. You can see some of the other live streams and the other topics. Other than that, I'm about to wrap it up, so unless anybody has any questions or comments or suggestions or anything, I'm about to wrap up. I'm glad we finished everything on the agenda. This, I could have made that a little more usable, but I was really more curious about, can I get the GPS info, and how would I do it, and storing the stuff in the database. So the rest would be easy. If you just need to make a new screen and display the data, that should be pretty easy, but out of the scope of tonight's exercise. Alright. Well, thanks everybody. It was a good stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you tomorrow.